Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to house number, I think this is 3 of season 2. So today we're building something a little bit different than usual. We're not building a finished house. Now you might be asking yourself, well, what do you mean by that? Well, instead of building the houses like we did with the first 1 and 2, what we're doing instead is we're actually going to be making a house that looks like it's under construction. And I've never built a house like this, so if you want to add, it looks like your city's up and coming, you know, maybe make some houses that are under construction. I've got this idea from Huntington, so how about we get started? Now, first of all, you want a material of your choice. Now, this part isn't really necessary, but it is nice to have. You want some oak wood planks, some oak wood slabs, oak wood stairs, oak fence, white wool, stone, and some stone brick stairs. Okay, so first off, we're just going to start off with our area. We're going to start on the left side of the house. And I'm going to start off with some stone. I'm just going to come over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 blocks, okay? And I'm going to stack this up twice. And just like that. And this is going to be like the foundation of our house. Now, I'm going to make this around 3 blocks wide as well. So, I'm just going to come over. Now, I would like to say that you can do this with any house because it doesn't really matter. You can do this with any house. So if you want to build like a mansion with this kind of design, you can. It's basically the exact same outline, but just with less complete materials and detail. Okay, so we're going to start over on the left side. So I'm going to take out my oak wood plank and I'm going to start stacking it up 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now, here's where your brick comes in. Now, you can use any material for this, but this is going to be the material mainly for the house. And actually, let's make this 1 more block wide, so we have 2 blocks of moving space. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stack this up about the height of 2 stories, and I'm going to make it to where we can have enough room for a window. So about, you know, this looks pretty good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be good. 2 blocks, okay. Then 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is going to be a portion of like a finished part of the house. So it looks like this material has already been brought in. It's been set in place. But then what you're going to do is I'm going to stack up with wood next to it. Okay, I'm going to put some things of brick like right here. You know, it doesn't really matter. And basically from here on out, we're only going to use these materials because we want it to make it look like the house is under construction still. So, what we're going to do is I'm just going to come over with my wood. So, we already have a stack of 2. I'm going to make another window, and this one's going to be 2 blocks wide. Okay. Same design as those house and those windows over there. This is a little bit different material. Stack it up, same height and everything. Perfect. Now, for this next part, I'm going to have it come over 1 more block, but then come out 1 more block. So, just like this. Now, we're going to have some more windows here, but instead of having wood, we're going to have our white wool be right here. That's going to be 3 blocks wide. Come up the exact same height. Now, this is only going to be maybe a 1-part house because we're trying to keep it pretty simple. Now, right here, we want to put our white wool as well. Perfect. Actually, put wood here, but then put white wool on top of that. So, just like that. Perfect. And that's exactly what we want. Let's come back with our white wool coming up, and then we want wood, and then we want to have our wood come over. Now again, this can be any design for a house. This is actually just a random design. So if you just want to do any random design, you can, or if you want to use a design you've used before, go straight ahead. So we're gonna make our front door. So this is gonna come all the way up. Our front door we want to be 2 blocks wide. So I'm gonna start it right here. And then, so we want kind of a frame for our door. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a frame. So we want our frame to be out of wood. So it'll be something like this. Okay. But then we want white wool to kind of surround that a little bit. Like this. Then kind of stack it up. And then we want some more windows here. So I'm going to put wood. And our windows start right here. So I'm just going to fill this in with wood as well. Have it come over and connect. Voila. So you can kind of see like the finished version kind of taking place a little bit. Okay. And let's finish our stone coming over and stopping right about here. Okay. So that's kind of like part 1 done. Now I'm going to come over to this far corner, add our 5 tall fences again. This like, oh my goodness, it's so hard to place fences sometimes. There we go. And I'm actually only going to make it 4 tall, because next we're going to make a porch or a balcony, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to get rid of that one, and we're going to have it turn, but then actually we might need to make it 5 tall in order to make it past all the windows. So let's actually make it 5 tall instead. And I actually think this house is actually pretty cool because it shows that, you know, it's not just finished. There's things under construction, things have been planned, which actually is a pretty cool thing to kind of see. And you don't really see it too much, so I figured this would be a nice little touch on things. And basically we're just going to make this keep looking like it's going up. And the reason we're using oak wood is because oak wood's like the most basic material. And so we're trying to make it look like it's as simple as possible. And just like that, boom. So now that's done. We want to add a couple more pillars, you know, here and there. And I'm just going to put them in a couple random spots. Like right here seems like a pretty good spot. And then we might add one more right here. Now we do need to add stairs going up and connecting our porch. So for basic materials, because you want to use the most basic materials you can get your hands on, we're going to use stone slabs. So I'm just going to put stone slabs coming down because they kind of look like they're not finished, you know, like they have that unfinished material to them. So we're looking pretty good, but we're not done yet. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to just have our wood come over and just have it come all the way over. Now here's where it's really going to get not complicated, but a little bit different. So up on our second floor right here, I'm going to have another layer of oak wood come over. This house looks pretty wide, which is fine. So I'm going to probably stop it like right here. Come up with our white wool again on the corners. So here's what we're going to be doing. We're actually going to be making different sections. So count like 5 blocks away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 6th block. Make a square and do the same thing. I'm just going to do the same thing up here. And basically that's all we're doing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come up and perfect. And what you're going to do with this leftover space is we could even make it to where this is a little bit taller maybe. Like this. We're going to now fill all this in with white wool. And this is going to kind of give it that kind of like different texture feel. And I don't know. It's just one of those things to where it looks like because everything's unpainted, it's still showing all the wood. You know, you're kind of seeing kind of what a finished product kind of looks like. And you're kind of giving a general design for things. And just keep coming up, and we might need to add a layer of wood on the corners because I don't like how the white wool kind of overlaps with everything. So instead of that, let's add wood on the corners instead because I think that'll make it look a little bit better. Yeah, it definitely does make it look a lot better having wood on the corners. Okay, and one thing you could even do is add slabs on the corners like this if you wanted to for extra design. So that works just as well. So another thing we could do is we could start on the roof. So the roof, we're gonna make it just like all the other roofs we've made, but as you can probably guess, just a lot more basic. And what I mean by that is we're basically just gonna have stairs. That's just about it. And you're not gonna use any other materials other than those materials that you're given. So just like this, perfect. And then we just kind of stack up with our wood here. And basically you're just trying to make it look like there's some of the roof there, but it's not fully finished yet. Again, it doesn't have its texture. Perfect. Add your upside down. And there we go. And then we add our slab up on top. Okay, there we go. That's nice and done. For the roof over here, we want the roof to be kind of simple, like everything else on this build. So what we're going to do is just kind of come back down. And the roof for this house is actually just going to be with slabs because I think it would be a little bit better that way. So all we do is just kind of stack up. All right. And now for this side, because since we have the brick there, we actually might make it to where the brick is going to be part of the house and make it look like that's one of the main pieces. So I think we started with our wood right here. So we'll do the same thing on this side. And same design, just keep going up and down, connecting everything together. And once we get to the middle, we'll go back down, obviously, and that will be it for our roof. But then we had to kind of connect everything. And I don't know, I'm having fun building this house, because even though the other houses I do like quite a bit, you know, I've never built a house like this. And when you build something for the first time, it's kind of cool, you know. And let's stack it up one more, and then we'll work our way back down. So we should have another full block here. Perfect. And then we start working our way back down until we get to the bottom. Oop, did I mess that up? That was weird. How come it put it in that position? That was really weird. Anyways, keep going back down. Yeah, I mean, hopefully you guys are going to like this, because like I said, it's very different from any other build I've ever done, because I've never done a build like this. So the whole point of this is to kind of give something different and something that most people don't really think of, you know? And so, yeah, hopefully you guys are going to enjoy it. If you do, I can probably do like bigger houses with more detail, with the same kind of design, just with different designs to them. And what we're going to do here is just kind of stack up the wood to where it would be anyways, and then add your white wool in here. Oh, there we go. Add your white wool in where you can. And then in those other places, just fill it in with oak wood. Just like this, fill it in. Now, one of the things we do need to do is we need to add our overhang, because that's also very important still, even though we're not fully finishing it. And just make sure we add the ups and downs to this. So and finish this off. Almost done with the side. Alrighty. Now the roof is definitely one of those things that we don't want to be fully done, so that's why we're only using wood, because again, it is one of those basic materials. And even with the oak wood here, you can kind of see like how it has that, like, what do I want to, like, how can I say it? It has like that staple design in it, you know, like kind of look like it's like holding it together. So now you can kind of fully see like how it's kind of looking. So we can now go to the back and kind of just make our random own designs, you know. I mean, there's not much detail that you have to put into this house, you know, because it's not fully finished. So you're kind of just adding what you want to add. And if you want to add extra detail in bigger houses, definitely go ahead and do that. Nobody's going to stop you from doing it. I'm going to add another layer of, actually let's add white wool here. I mean, because this really isn't more, it's pretty hard to make this a tutorial, because every house can be exactly different, you know, because not every house has to be the same. If you don't want to make the house the same, don't do it. So if you want to make a mansion, for example, maybe use a different design, but use the same materials, because believe it or not, every house is made with wood. So you're going to need wood somewhere, you know, whether it's on the inside, whether it's on the outside, you're going to need a lot of stuff like that. And alrighty. And then we'll just make this more like this. 3. Like I said, I'm making this a lot of like random design, because it can be random, because I'm not trying to be precise. I'm not trying to, you know, describe every last bit of everything, but I am trying to give you a idea of what you can do, because it is really simple, and I'm just trying to show you guys how simple it can be. Add this here, and then we might even just add one more window over here. So right there. So we'll have a 2 wide window like this. I mean, as you can tell, this is a very simple design for a house. It's not, there's not too many different turns, anything like that, but there's extra stuff like kind of adding it in there. And we still need to add the foundation to everything. And we might have the brick just come out maybe about here and then stop it. And another thing that you can do when you have stuff like this is you can actually make it to where you can have different trucks bringing different materials in. You can have cement trucks, you know, just a whole bunch of different things like that that kind of just add a little bit more detail to everything, which is again really just a nice little feature you can always add. And then we'll have the brick to stop here and have it come all the way up. Like this. Alrighty, looking pretty good. I'm actually pretty excited to get this house done and see how it looks. And there's all those, and then we need to add our upside down and everything. Like this, perfect. I mean, hopefully, like I said, I don't really know what to talk about when I'm building and doing things like that sometimes. I mean, but hopefully you guys are kind of enjoying this. You know, it's really different, and that's the main thing I'm trying to kind of preach here is that it is very different, and that's why I like it, because you don't see this anywhere. I really need a drink. My throat's like really dry, but I don't have anything next to me. Like, have you guys ever had that problem to where like your throat's dry, when you talk it feels dry, it kind of hurts to an extent? That's exactly what I have right now, but I don't have a drink next to me. And let's finish it off there. And the rest of this we can probably just make like with wood or something. And just like this, actually we'll make this layer wood. And then, oop, there we go. That's the one I wanted to get rid of. Perfect. And we're so close to being done, guys. So basically, if you want to see any other houses, because since I do like making this design so much now, I might go over and make some of the mansions and things like that, and just like make the shell of them, and you guys can see what it looks like with other houses. So that looks like it's just about it. We just need to build up with our roof, do the same thing we did over here. So thank you very much for watching, guys. It is greatly appreciated. Hopefully you guys kind of get the idea of a house like this. It's not meant to be taken seriously. It's meant to be, you know, a simple house, and that's what we've accomplished. Because, you know, I don't want you guys to think like I'm trying to screw you guys out of a video, but I want you guys to try to see like where I'm coming from here when it comes to different variety and how much this can really affect and add on to your creations. Because just look, I mean, a house like this, it looks like it's a developing area. We're building more houses somewhere, and all you have to do is just use different materials, make random designs. That's all you have to do. I mean, that's all I'm doing right now, is just making random designs. So boom, add that there, and maybe just add the foundation underneath everything. And that's really all you have to do. For the floor, just make it concrete, and that takes care of that. Yeah, but by next part, you're probably definitely going to see more houses pop up on this world with extra, like bigger houses, things like that pop up with this construction design. So I think it would actually be really cool for this world. But yeah, I think basically everything's just about done, because there's not really much else we really have to do. And so that starts there, and we just start building up again. And we're just gonna meet in the middle, because it should be at the middle already pretty much. And boom, perfect. Actually, this one needs to be full. Maybe I just need to go down like this. And then, yeah, I think that's probably what I need to do. Alright, and then we just finish this off now. Might have to get rid of some extra blocks, but whatever. Not that big of a deal. Not too worried about it. There we go. That looks fully finished now. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, guys. It is greatly appreciated. Basically all you have to do is just connect the roof and you're done. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys next week for the next house. Bye bye, guys.